Queen, Barry White and Slade all grace this week's top 10, so let's jump in the jukebox time machine and travel back to 1974, from the 10th to the 16th of November, and see who else placed with them. On its way up the chart at number 10 is Peppers with Pepperbox. This mostly instrumental track managed to step up to its peak position at number 6 next week. It was in the top 10 for only 3 weeks, but managed a better 9 weeks in the top 40. Another song on its way up the chart at number 9 is Let's Put It All Together by the Stylistics. This was the song's highest position, where it stayed for 2 weeks. It then dropped out of the top 10, spending 8 weeks in the top 40 in total. At number 8 on the way down from its peak position at number 7 is Down on the Beach Tonight by the Drifters. This positive little number only managed 3 weeks in the top 10 and a reasonable 8 weeks in the top 40. And at number 7 it's the Bay City Rollers with All of Me Loves All of You. This glam pop track wasn't included on the band's debut album, but was released afterwards as a single instead. It managed to peak at number 4, where it stayed for 3 weeks before finding itself here. It spent 4 weeks in the top 10 and 8 weeks in the top 40. At number 6 is Slade with Far, Far Away. This acoustic-y anthem from the Brummy Boys was on its way down the chart this week after hitting number 2 a few weeks back and staying there for 2 weeks. After its initial top 10 run of 5 weeks though, it slipped out of the top 40 in just 2 more weeks, giving it 6 weeks in total.
This is whiteness. McLean's whiteness. Pure, shining whiteness that says... McLean. Lightning whitening. Fresh mint and white furrer. Lightning whitening.
And at number 5 is my favourite song in the chart this week. It's You're the First, the Last, My Everything by Barry White. This huge hit from the Walrus of Love was climbing up the chart here and would eventually go on to hit the top spot and stay there for 2 weeks. It spent a decent 8 weeks in the top 10 and 12 weeks in the top 40. At number 4 is Hey There Lonely Girl by Eddie Holman. This one-hit wonder banger of a cover version was originally released in 1969 when it hit number 4 in the US, but had to wait another 4 years before it became a hit in the UK, again peaking here at number 4 for 2 weeks. It spent 5 weeks in the top 10 and 11 weeks in the top 40. At number 3 this week is Ken Booth with his reggae version of Bread's Everything I Own. This track lends itself well to the Jamaican sound and managed to score 3 weeks at number 1.
You gave my life to me.
It spent 6 weeks in the top 10 and 11 weeks in the top 40.
Set me free.
And at number 2 is probably the most well-known song of this week's chart. It's Killer Queen by Queen. This fun, quirky rock number written by Freddie Mercury was held off the top spot here at number 2 for a couple of weeks, never managing to hit number 1, surprisingly.
She's a killer queen.
It spent 6 weeks in the top 10 and 12 weeks in the top 40.
Even guaranteed to blow your mind.
I understand that you can bend things. We'd like you to test our new ceiling covering, Polytex. It gives you an attractive textured surface even on a ceiling that's flaky or badly cracked. And what's more, Polytex lasts, even if your ceiling still moves a little. With Polytex, it's so simple.
And the song at number 1 this week is Gonna Make You a Star by David Essex.
More than a pretty face.
This fairly lightweight melodic pop rock number knocked Ken Booth from his 3-week run at the top to have its own 3 weeks in the prestigious position.
No, I've been out of style.
Amazing to me that this was number 1 but Queen wasn't, but hey, it's the way it goes sometimes. It spent 8 weeks in the top 10 and 14 weeks in the top 40.
I'm gonna make you a star.
And the song at number 1 in the US at this time was You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet by Bachman Turner Overdrive.
I think that any love is good loving.
This classic rock tune spent just 1 week in the top spot, being knocked off by John Lennon's Whatever Gets You Through the Night the next week. And my hidden gem this week was a tough one because I couldn't really find much in the singles chart to recommend. So I turned to the album chart and found Paul McCartney and Wings with Band on the Run.
Well, the rain exploded with a mighty crash.
This is probably Macca's most celebrated post-Beatles album and doesn't disappoint.
I can almost remember the bloody face.
It's full of fun, satisfying, epic pop rock masterpieces. So if you've never given it a listen, I highly recommend you give it a run. And that's it for this week's episode. Let me know if you remember any of these tracks and what your hidden gem would be from this week's chart. I'll leave the link below so you can have a peruse of the top 40. Until next time, where I think I'll be in 1991, take care of yourselves and peace.
Hurry up, you lot. Come on, we've got to meet the press. Come on, the car's outside.
Well, how was your American tour?
No.
When the heat's really on,
Ty, is it true you're going to make
you need us dry powder.
Which was your best?
A special kind of antiperspirant.
LA.
It's a powder that sprays on dry and feels comfortable. Lets you start drier. Helps you stay dry. You're okay with us. Original. And now, dry powder.
Berger the Paintmakers present a remarkable new gloss paint. Magicoat Vinyl Gloss. A velvety gloss, so easy to use. The brushes wash out in water. Yellow resistant, even on radiators. And tough, even outdoors. New Magicoat Vinyl Gloss. The no-fuss gloss.
Don't these sheets smell nice? Yes, lovely and fresh. Whose nappies are lovely and soft then?
Have you discovered Lenore, the new fabric conditioner? I use it on everything now.
Lenore in the final rinse makes everything feel so soft and smell fresher longer than any other leading fabric conditioner.
Mummy, we think these sheets smell super.
Hey, how do you get everything so soft and fluffy? When the family notice, there really must be a difference.
The softness and the freshness you've never known before. That's the loving touch of new Lenore.
Sunsilk's new hairspray is soft as a whispered secret. But it holds your hair all night long, shining, smooth, beautifully, naturally silky. When you brush it out, it will vanish like the early mist and be just a memory. Sunsilk's new hairspray holds and holds so softly.